York City is a lifestyle brand focused on getting fit physically and mentally. Created by Bernadette Robinson, Make It Fun New York City provides courses, fitness, accessories, and motivation for those looking to live their best life, body, mind, and spirit. At 10 years old, Bernadette could be found jumping rope during recess with friends. 27 years later, she is a mother of three and using jump rope as a tool to inspire her community and to make the world a healthier place. She is a coach for individuals searching for a way to keep fitness foremost and have fun while changing their lifestyle. Bernadette has judged the Golden Gloves competition and trained for the Golden Gloves boxing match. She also studied under former professional boxers like Michael Algibe Jr. and the beloved Stephen Johnson. This unmatched trainer prepared her for the World Jump Rope and Power Competition, a milestone that spread Bernadette's mission to health enthusiasts around the world. In 2014, she took silver in both the jump rope burpee and double under competitions and bronze in the speed competition at the Arnold's Classic in Columbus, Ohio. Make It Fun New York City has been featured in national magazines and digital media platforms. Her exceptional exercise career gained her recognition on The Dr. Oz Show, Bronze Next News, Good Morning America, and a featured performance at Tribeca ESPN Sports Film Festival. Bernadette hosts jump rope workshops for children and adults, one on high-energy training and organized sports training. Outside of Make It Fun New York City, Bernadette works as a case manager in social work. Over the last 20 years, she has worked with individuals with HIV/AIDS and those with mental disabilities, ensuring that they are able to live their lives a bit brighter. With a contagious enthusiasm for life, you can't help but strive for greatness when around her. Bernadette has amazing ability to maintain intense physical activities and still make it fun. Bernadette makes jump rope and exercise as a whole exciting for everyone looking to live a healthy, active lifestyle. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bernadette Henry to the podcast. All right, so first, thank you so much for coming on today. I want to talk to you about, you using jump rope to, give it a safe environment for women to exercise. Now, when did you exactly start to begin jump roping?
As a little girl, I started jump rope as a little girl at around, I don't remember the age, but my earliest memory of jumping was like when I was in sixth grade.
Sixth grade?
Yes.
Okay. And, was this like something that you just picked up on yourself or you had somebody introduce it to you?
Well, I was born in the Bronx, partially raised there, and then I started going to school in Harlem. And in Harlem, the girls, what we did a lot of double Dutch straight rope games. And I don't know how and when the single rope was introduced to me, but I picked up the single rope one time, and I remember signing out a book from the library and trying to learn how to do all of the tricks in there, and that's how I basically got started. And then in the sixth grade, I remember I used to go outside and I used to start, trying to do the like double unders and things like that. And I used to fall all the time. My mother used to look out the window and say, "Oh, stop!" And I'm like, "But I gotta get this," And then in the seventh grade, I believe there was like this random jump rope competition where we had to see who could do the most jumps in a minute. And I ended up doing like 240 and winning the little trophy for it. So those are like my memories as a little kid.
Okay. And now, once you got into it, did you, at that point see a vision of how far it would go?
Not at all. I never in my wildest dreams guessed that that it would turn into what it has today.
Okay. So how old were you, when you did, start the vision and, what you're doing today?
Well, as an adult, I was reintroduced back to jump rope when I was like 19 years old. So me and my friend, we used to always hang out downtown and Manhattan, where they had a gym called Equinox. And one day I just said, you know what, let's go inside and see what's up. And when I went inside the gym, on the schedule, it had this class called Arrow Box, Arrow Jump. And I'm like, is this a jump rope class? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. And at that time, that was a very expensive gym. But I signed up. I said, you know what, I'm going to sign up for this gym. And it just so happened that the teacher of this class was Michael Algibe Jr. He's a former middleweight boxer. And then there was a boxer there by the name of Stephen Johnson. Unfortunately, he passed away after a boxing match. But I took Michael Lajede's class, and basically it taught me about the conditioning, and it basically sharpened up my raw talent that I had. And then Stephen Johnson, he used to teach boxing classes, which I never took, but he saw my desire, and he was the one that taught me like different tricks and things like that, which I actually have a trick named in his honor. So they really developed my raw passion for jump rope. And what I didn't realize at the time is that when I came back from school, I had gained so much weight. And at that time, I used to just go to work, go to the gym, go to work, go to the gym. At that time, I wasn't into like dieting. I wasn't into weightlifting. I wasn't into calisthenics. It was just like aerobics classes, jump rope, and the treadmill. And like a year later, I had dropped so much weight. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I was a little young 19, 20-year-old kid that really didn't know, much about anything in that fitness life. So as time went on, jump rope was always a part of my jump rope regimen. I used to just jump after I did, one exercise or another. And after a while, I started becoming a little recognized, locally. And I used to like do little volunteers at like parks and events and things like that. And I eventually joined up with this calisthenic group but I was just doing the jump rope portion. So I would do a few pull-ups and push-ups here and there, but the main thing was like the jump rope. And in 2012, there was an event. And in this event, like they had some music playing. So I started doing like one of my tricks to the music. And it was just like, oh my God, this is so dope. This is so dope. And I was like really searching for like this song. I never found the song. But that was when the style that I jump with now, that's when that style was born. So I created that style of like dancing to music. And it's really a combination of dancing and my personality. Go-lucky person. I love laughing. I love smiling. So I kind of took that and fused it with music. And I used to, back like in 2013, that's when I started posting things on YouTube and not really Facebook at the time. But in 2014, I was contacted by the Dr. Oz show because they had seen me on a dancing salsa on a treadmill.
Right.
So I did that. And also, I was referred by another jump rope buddy to do the Tribeca Film Fest to perform, as an artist, as well as to teach the people that were there. So in 2014, that's when I realized, oh, wait a minute, this thing has some value. And that's kind of when I started, teaching my classes and, just doing a lot of other things within the jump rope world.
Gotcha. All right, so I have a couple questions. So first, you said your teachers, they were boxers, is that correct?
Yes, the Michael Olajide and Stephen Johnson. Yes, they were actually middleweight professional boxers. Michael Olajide Jr., he actually had to retire because of an eye injury. So he fought like the greats, like Iran Barkley and.
Now, with that, so boxers, they have a history of, I guess, the jump rope. That's something that they are into heavily as boxers, or just them specifically?
Well, for the class, it was like arrow box, arrow jump. I would compare it to like a Thai bowish type experience. So 30 minutes of it was jumping, and the other 30 minutes was like punching and doing other maneuvers.
Okay.
But Michael Olajide, because he's a former boxer or he's a professional boxer, he really takes like boxing. He really takes his classes seriously. So it wasn't like how you have like a lot of like fitness people that are just teaching boxing just to teach it. Like he's really a stickler when it comes to your form, your style, and really getting the most effective workout by doing the exercise correctly.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, and you said you were on the Dr. Oz. Now, would you have ever imagined on being on that show before?
Never, ever in my life. I did, but let me tell you something. In 2013, I believe, when I was going to 24-hour fitness, and I'm really grateful for that gym because they really allowed me to be who I am. Like I'm that person in the gym that's like woo and doing all kind of nonsense for the treadmill or in the gym period. And, at 24 Hour Fitness, they actually allowed me to maintain that level, because like when I went to other gyms, like as soon as I like start singing it, like, Miss, can you please like keep it to yourself? Things like that. So 24
Right.
Hour Fitness, I think that it allowed me the platform or the place to be myself, and like they really didn't bother me. And what happened was I used to tell my trainers or whoever would listen, I would say, one day I'm going to be on TV for jump roping. That's what I'm going to be on TV for jump roping. And,
Okay.
they used to look at me like I was crazy. But then eventually in 2014, what happened is they had a treadmill craze. And they contacted me on Facebook Messenger, and they said, we seen you on the treadmill dancing. Can we play your video for an upcoming segment? And then they said, wait a minute, you're in New York City. Do you want to just come to the show? And I said, sure, of course, I'd love to come to the show. So I went on the show and I danced salsa on the treadmill.
Okay. All right.
And I told people that.
I was going to ask you, so, at this time, all this is going on, your career's taking off. Are you working a 9 to 5 at this point?
Oh, yes, I am. I'm still working 9 to 5.
Okay. And what were you doing at that point?
I was still doing case management, which is the same thing I'm doing now.
Okay. And, you doing case management, I know you said now, you provide a safe environment, for women over 40 to work out. Do you feel like, because of your case management, that has helped you, develop this space?
I believe being sympathetic towards others, and also in addition to being a case manager, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and I totally understand the struggle of what it is for, busy women to want to work out but can't because of the time restrictions, because of the responsibilities. And then coming from like the coaching aspect, understanding how a lot of women, they spend so much of their time putting everyone else first that they feel horrible or guilty when it's time for them to do something for themselves. And just the barriers that you kind of have to jump through to try to fit in a 10-minute workout or a 15-minute workout